Hello, my friend, and welcome to Wisdom Trek. This is Guthrie Chamberlain, and I'm your guide to wisdom and creating a living legacy. Thank you for joining us for our 7-day-a-week, 7 Minutes of Wisdom podcast. This is day 308 of our trek, and yesterday we hiked the steep terrain as we traversed the 7 steps to destroy bad habits. Today we will visit the 6 essential waypoints to live a better life. Thank you so much for coming along with me as we explore and consume these nuggets of wisdom. These bits of wisdom will help us to live the rich and satisfying life while creating our living legacy. While some of our daily treks are multi-part series, you can join us at any time and start along with us from that point on. If you'd like to listen to any of the past episodes, please go to wisdom-trek.com to listen to them and to read the daily journal, which also has pictures in it. You can also subscribe to Wisdom Trek on iTunes, Spreaker, Stitcher, SoundCloud, and Google Play so that each day's episodes will be downloaded to you automatically. We are recording our podcast from our studios at the Big House in Marietta, Ohio. We did finish the week strong with work and projects, but we didn't accomplish all that we had hoped to. But we did accomplish a lot. It was great to be able to invest additional time with our grandkids this week also. On Saturday, I was able to finish stripping several layers of old paint off a couple old army beds that were Paula's dad's and Uncle Don's when they were growing up. I painted them with a fresh coat of brown Rust-Oleum, and they will have a couple weeks to dry as we are back in Charlotte. When we come back to the Big House in mid-April, we'll move them into the upstairs back bedroom. As we head out on our trek for today, we will look for the 6 essential waypoints to live a better life. I am living a good life, but I still could do better. We all can. Every day is a series of choices. Today is the culmination of all the choices that we made up to this point. It is funny, though, when we act surprised by how our life turned out, when ultimately we made the choices that have led us to this place. Like I heard an older person once say, I would have made better choices if I had known I was going to live this long. Here are 6 essential waypoints we can learn from to live a better life. The first one is rest, and we say this so often. Also, the Roman poet Ovid once said, take a rest. A field that is rested gives a bountiful crop. As a culture in our Western world, we live at a breakneck speed. We're going so fast that we can't stop until we crash. The statistical evidence of the negative impact stress is having on us is alarming. Stress is literally killing us, slowly each day. Stress is the cause of 60% of all human illness and disease. 3 out of 4 doctor's visits are stress-related illnesses. Stress increases the risk of heart disease by 40%, heart attacks by 25%, and strokes by 50%. 40% of stressed people overeat or eat unhealthy foods. 44% of stressed people lose sleep every night. Now, I could go on with these, but that's just too depressing. The reality is that none of this is new news, so why do we continue? We need to just stop. You absolutely must rest from your work. Schedule downtime into your day when you are completely unplugged from the electronics and all the inputs that bombard us every day. Take time just to be still. Also, one of the most important aspects is to get enough sleep. Well-rested people have better memories and learning abilities, better metabolism and weight control, and better cardiovascular system, just to name a few. Sleeping is like hitting the reset button each day. We start fresh every day after a good night's sleep. The second waypoint is to reflect. Management guru Peter Drucker once said, follow effective action with quiet reflection, and from quiet reflection will come more effective action. Few of us know ourselves the way that we really should. We are with ourselves all day long, but we cannot answer the simple questions of why we do what we do, or the other basic questions like, what is our true purpose and passion in life? Many times we continue doing the same things day in and day out, not getting the results that we want, but for the life of us, we can't figure out why. It is only through reflection that we can ascribe meaning to our experiences. Through reflection, we can better predict what will make you successful in your future. Without it, you continue on blindly by repeating mistakes, scratching your head, and asking why, not taking the time to give a real answer. You can't live better if you don't know yourself better. The third waypoint that we come upon today is build stronger, deeper, and richer relationships. As Mother Teresa once said, intense love does not measure, it just gives. We were created in God's image to be relational people. Relationships are crucial for our well-being. Relationships is the key for living longer, dealing with stress, being healthier, and feeling richer. They also help us to guard against decreased immune system, depression, and high blood pressure. With all those advantages, why wouldn't we want stronger, deeper, and richer relationships? Connect with others on a deeper and more meaningful layer It is not without its risk, because to do so you must put yourself out there in an authentic way. However, authenticity breeds authenticity in our relationships that are worth cultivating. To live better, invite somebody to lunch, dinner, or just for coffee, somewhere, anywhere, just to connect. People are worth the investment in time and energy, although at times it is difficult. The fourth waypoint that we see today is forgive. Bernard Meltzer said, "When you forgive, you in no way change the past, but you sure do change the future." This one can be really hard to do, but you remain in prison of your own making, drinking a poisoned cocktail of bitterness when you live in unforgiveness. Forgiveness releases you to move on. It doesn't make the other person right, it just sets you free. Choosing to continue on in unforgiveness shortens your lifespan and limits your opportunities to have an abundant life. 1 Corinthians chapter 13 verse 4 tells us, "Love is patient and kind. Love is not jealous or boastful or proud or rude. It does not demand its own way, it is not irritable, and it keeps no record of being wronged." So choose forgiveness. The fifth waypoint we see today is gratitude. Henry Ward Beecher said, "Gratitude is the fairest blossom which springs from the soul." Do you know what all people have in common that are able to endure seemingly impossible hardships? They are grateful. Not for their circumstances, but for the good in their lives that they see more clearly against the backdrop of tough times and less than ideal circumstances. Gratitude is a character trait that must be developed, not just a temporary state of mind. It does have many benefits, including your immune system and guarding against the ill effects of stress. The other side benefits of a grateful attitude are increased happiness and life satisfaction. There really is no downside to it. Build grateful habits into your life. Each day begin and end your day with writing what you're thankful for. It sets the stage for a positive day. And the sixth waypoint that we see today is to get outside yourself to serve and to give to others. Matthew chapter 6 verse 3 and 4 tells us, "But when you give to someone in need, don't let your left hand know what your right hand is doing. Give your gifts in private, and your Father, who sees everything, will reward you." When you serve and give generously, without expectation of return or profit, your world is enlarged. You become better, live better, and fulfill one of your purposes for being here on this earth. Because this life isn't about you. It's about your impact on your people, your community, and the world. It's living your legacy daily. Along our trek today, we visited the 6 essential waypoints to live a better life. Tomorrow, we will explore the 3 crucial trails to survive major transitions on life's trek. So encourage your family and friends to join us, and then come along with us tomorrow for another day of Wisdom Trek, creating a legacy. That will finish our podcast for today. Just as you enjoy your daily doses of wisdom, we ask you to help us to grow Wisdom Trek by sharing it with your family and friends through email, Facebook, Twitter, or in person when you meet with them, and invite them to come along with us each day. The journal for today's trek can be found at wisdom-trek.com. Thank you so much for allowing me to be your guide, your mentor, but most importantly, you are my friend, as I serve you through the Wisdom Trek podcast and journal each day. As we take this trek together, let us always live abundantly, love unconditionally, listen intentionally, love continuously, lend to others generously, lead with integrity, and leave a living legacy each day. This is Guthrie Chamberlain reminding you to keep moving forward, enjoy your journey, and then create a great day every day. See you tomorrow.